This is what a deaf accessible Umrah looks like. This is day 2 of Ali Shara's Umrah trip in collaboration with Pilgrim Charity, and they're an amazing organization serving the Ummah, providing resources for Hajj and Umrah. After arriving in Mecca, a quick freshen up in our hotel and breakfast, we all met downstairs to make way for Umrah. We had a quick orientation and a reminder from our Sheikh on the process of Umrah itself. We then made way to the Haram, but not until we snuck in a few pictures for the memory bank. Remember these two guys? They've been trolling members of our staff, making smart aleck comments and baldy jokes. Unbeknownst to them, your Umrah isn't complete until you've cut your hair. We'll come back to them later. En route to the Haram, we had our allocated BSL guides leading each of the assigned subgroups and signing the talbiyah for them. After reaching gate 79 of the masjid, also known as the Umrah gate, there was a bit of an emotional build-up as we shuffled through the crowd trying to get our first glimpse of the Kaaba. Have our du'as been answered? Have we really been honored to visit the house of Allah? We had to pinch ourselves a little bit just to make sure we're not dreaming. After months of waiting and preparing, Alhamdulillah, our time had come. This was probably the most emotional part of our trip, seeing the Kaaba for the first time, knowing your Lord has invited you as His guest. It was such a humbling feeling. We had to take a moment to thank Him and honestly, cry a little. This was the first time for most of our group. Finally, deaf people were being involved in a ritual of Islam in a way that the rest of the world takes for granted. The du'as during the entire Tawaf was interpreted into sign language whilst our Sheikh recited them. This was a little tricky for our interpreters as they had to walk backwards for parts of the Tawaf so the group can follow. We strategically placed interpreters at different sections of the group so everyone can see the signing. We had some challenges during the Tawaf. Every so often, some older groups of aunties would kinda just do a bull run through us and cut through the middle of the group. But nonetheless, Alhamdulillah, we kept it together. After completing 7 rounds, we prayed near Maqam of Ibrahim alayhi salam and drank some Zamzam. We went off to complete 7 circuits between Mount Safa and Marwa. At each interval while stopping at Safa and Marwa, we would recite the du'as and they would be translated into British Sign Language. We then headed back to the hotel to complete the last action of Umrah by cutting our hair. This Alhamdulillah completed our Umrah and meant we could come out of the state of Ihram. Remember these young men? Well, let's just say they had to reassess their hairstyle jokes after completing Umrah. It was a ha-ha situation. After almost 24 hours journeying and completing our Umrah, we all decided to get in a few winks of sleep. In the evening, our Sheikh delivered a lecture in the hotel lobby, which of course was translated into BSL. The next video will cover our Jummah in Mecca and excursions, so follow us for more.